We are working on Chapter 4, Exponents. This is for Lesson 4-3, and we're talking about properties of exponents. So now what we are looking at is the multiplying powers with the same base. Okay, so let's look at what that looks like. What if I had a to the third times a to the second? Okay, my base number is always going to be my big number or my larger integer. Okay, for this one I have a variable, it's an a. So my base number stays the same as it is, or my variable stays the same. Now what I'm going to do is take these exponents and I'm going to add them together. So I'm going to do 3 plus 2, which is going to give me a to the 5th power. Okay? If you wanted to write this out, what this would look like is a times a times a, all grouped together because that represents a to the 3rd power, okay, times a times a. Well, since they are all the same, what you wind up doing is just adding them. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 a's. So it's a to the 5th power. And that's all that means. You could take this and write it all the way out so you can count them, or you can just remember to add the exponents. Okay, let's try another one. What if I had 2 to the 4th times 2 to the 2nd power? Well, my base number is the same. It's 2, so the 2 is going to stay. And now I'm going to take my exponents and I'm going to add them. 4 plus 2. 4 plus 2 is going to give me 2 to the 6th power. Okay? So all you do is take your exponents and you add them together. Well, what if you did not have the same base? Let's say we had a to the 5th times b to the 2nd. These are clearly not the same base. I have an a and I have a b. There's nothing you can do with this problem. This is already as simple as it goes. So this would actually be your answer. Okay? If the bases are not the same, you cannot do anything with them. Okay? All right. Now, what if we were dividing? Okay? What if we had 3 over 6 and 3 over 2? Now, my bases are the same. So let me draw out this just to help some of you who are more visual. I'm going to need to make 6 threes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now I need to make 2 threes. 1, 2. Oh, my pen dragged a little bit there. Let me clean that up. Okay. Now what you can do now is cross them out. 1 for 1. 1 for 1. 1 for 1. Okay, well now my bottoms are completely done. How many do I have left? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 left. So my answer is 3 to the 4th power. Okay? Well, there is actually a faster way of doing this if you don't want to have to draw this all the way out every time, but this is how and why you get this as an answer. What you do, if you have the same base number, which we do in this problem, you write the base number 3. And now you're going to subtract. So it's 6 take away 2. So you get 3, and 6 take away 2 gives you 4. Notice I got the same answer each time. So if it helps you to write them all the way out and cross them off until one of them's gone, that's fine. Or you can just remember to subtract. Let's try another one. What if I had x to the 10th power over x to the 9th power? Well, my bases are the same, so my base is going to stay x, and I'm going to do 10 take away 9, which is going to give me x to the 1st power. And since we don't ever write x to the 1st power, your final answer would just be x. Okay, same as when multiplying, if you have different base numbers, let's say you had 7 to the 5th power over 4 to the 3rd power. As you can see, 7 and 4 are not the same number, so you cannot do anything with these exponents. You can't subtract them, you can't multiply them, you can't do anything. This is as far as this answer goes for right now. Okay? So when they're not the same, you can't do much with them. All right. Now let's say if we had ones with parentheses. So if I had, let's say, c to the third power being raised to the second power. And what this is a power being raised to a power. So I have c to the third power. Let's see what that looks like. That's going to be c times c, all raised to the second power, which means now I have two sets of this. C, C, C. There's one set. C, C, C. There's two sets. That's my two there. So I took this whole thing and I split it into two groups, or created two groups. Okay, now how many C's do I have all together? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's C to the sixth power. Okay, now there is a faster way of doing this. What you're going to do is you're going to multiply these exponents this time. So when they're being raised to another power, you just multiply. So C 3 times 2 equals C to the sixth. All right, let's try another one with numbers this time. If I had 5 to the fourth power all being raised to the second power, okay, I'm going to take my 5, which is my base number, and I'm going to do 4 times 2. So my final answer is going to be 5 to the 8th power. And that's all you have to do, friends. Okay? Now, what if we had one where you had a negative exponent? Let's try that. Let's say we had 2/3 all being raised to the 12th power, all being raised to the negative third power. Okay? So what that looks like is I take my 2/3, which is my base number, and I'm going to do 12 times -3, just like I've been doing. I'm going to multiply these together, which is going to give me a final answer of 2/3 to the -36th power. And that's my final answer. That's it. So don't let the negatives and everything throw you. Still go ahead and solve the problem just as is. All right, well, I hope this helped you for tonight's homework.